It's been a rough week for the Eagles, but the show must go on. They head to the Meadowlands to renew their division rivalry with the Giants in a pivotal matchup of 4-3 clubs. Things haven't improved much for the Eagles since blowing a 10-point fourth-quarter lead in Dallas on Sunday. Just days after Josh Huff was arrested and released by the club, you have to wonder where everybody's heads are right now. That's not a good sign considering what may hang in the balance this week. Must-win game? Eagles head coach Doug Pederson called this a must-win game, which ordinarily might sound silly in Week 9 of the NFL season. Then again, one look at how potentially damaging a loss would be for their playoff hopes might make you reconsider. With losses to Washington and Dallas already, dropping yet another division game would drop the Eagles to 0-3 in the NFC East standings. Seeing as all four teams have winning records at the moment, and the Cowboys sitting pretty at 6-1, falling to the Giants would be devastating. Insurmountable? No, but the Eagles would need a lot of help from their rivals, essentially a collapse. A victory keeps them in the hunt at least, and while it might be a little premature to start thinking playoffs, this is one they likely need to have to keep that dream alive. Eagles own the Giants. If there is any solace to take in the notion of a must-win against the Giants at MetLife Stadium, it's that the Eagles have done remarkably well both against their divisional foe and in that particular building. Since the new stadium opened in East Rutherford, New Jersey in 2010, the Eagles were defeated just one time in 7 tries, including tilts with the Jets, who share the facility. That lone loss came to the Giants in 2012, by a final of 42-7. The Eagles have been dominant against the Giants in general in recent years, with a 13-4 record dating back to 2008. They've also won 5 of the last 6, including 4 straight. Of course, these trends are prone to reverse at any time, as we saw last week in Dallas, where the Eagles had been very successful, particularly in primetime games. It might look like a home away from home, but in reality, these records tend to mean very little. Victor's return. Welcome back to the rivalry, Victor Cruz. The 7th-year veteran hasn't appeared in a game against the Eagles since October 2014 after injuries shortened his season and eliminated all of his 2015 campaign. Now that he's back, that might just be the spark the Giants need to reverse their fortunes in this series. Cruz has been an Eagles killer in the past. His 36 career catches for 549 yards and 5 touchdowns in 7 games are the most he has versus any team. Of course, his first 4 times against the Eagles were his best, accounting for 22 of those catches, 399 yards and 4 touchdowns. Is Cruz even the same player that went to a Pro Bowl in 2012? Maybe not, but he's still proving productive with 24 catches, 331 yards and a touchdown. Odell Beckham Jr. might be the man in Big Blue now, but Cruz is the guy who always seemed to blow up against the Eagles. Wentz's regression. It wouldn't be fair to lay the blame for the Eagles' suddenly unimpressive aerial attack at the feet of Carson Wentz, but there's no denying the offense has regressed in this area. You could probably tell that just from watching, but the statistics don't paint any prettier of a picture. After posting some record-shattering numbers for a rookie quarterback, Wentz suddenly leads a passing game that ranks among the worst in the NFL. The Eagles are 29th in the league, throwing for an average of 208.3 yards per week. The only offenses that are worse are Houston, Buffalo, and San Francisco. Meanwhile, the Giants' defense is 4th in terms of yards per pass attempt allowed at 6.3, so it's not like Wentz is expected to go in and just throw all over of this team. As good as the number 2 overall pick may be, he is not leading a prolific offense right now. Josh Huff's impact. Aside from whatever mental toll Huff's release takes on his teammates, there is one decided area where the Eagles are worse off for his departure. That, of course, is on special teams. Everyone knows Huff is an outstanding kick returner and ripped off a touchdown and another long gain in the last 2 weeks alone. The 3rd-year veteran contributed in a lot more ways than that though, even recording 2 tackles so far this season. Special teams are going to take a hit with Huff out of the picture. Then you have to wonder about the psyche in the locker room. Even if Huff wasn't the biggest weapon, teammates are no doubt reeling after his arrest and release. How that impacts morale will be something to monitor in a must-win contest that demands full focus.